Hi everyone, so I'm messing about with embossing folders and inks and things, and I thought I would turn the camera on and show you what I've been up to. So it's just a few techniques that you can use for your card making and just all sorts of things, but I quite like sometimes just doing some of this messy work. So I've been doing some of these techniques using embossing folders and embossing powders and my heat gun. And the Sheena it's a Sheena embossing folders. So I'm just randomly making some backgrounds for, you know, some cards and things, and some sort of horror-y bits and things like that. So this is a 5x7 embossing folder, so I've cut my card to 5x7. It's got some marks in it, but it doesn't really matter. It's just because my hands are inky. So the first technique that I'm going to show you is using this Adirondack earth tone. It's currant colour. I'm going to cover the whole embossing folder. Now this is the raised edge, not the indented edge. So it's basically the top of the embossing folder. So you just cover that with lots of ink. Put your card in and then don't move it, and just put it down like that, and then pop it through your embossing machine, your die cutting machine. Now with this technique you have to be quite quick, but I've noticed no matter how quick you are with this Adirondack, look at that, with this Adirondack ink it doesn't really make any difference. It still dries really fast. Now this is black embossing powder, and I'm just going to put it all over the card. And because I want it quite abstract anyway, you know, and quite spooky, and I'm not too fussed about getting it 100% covered, which is good. But if you wanted it to, you'd need to use a wetter ink. So tap it off, and then use your heat tool, heat gun. I'm going to zoom you in a bit for this. I like this colour with the black over the top of it, it's really nice, but you could do it obviously in pastels, bright colours, whichever colour you want. But the embossing powder just clings to the pieces that have been wet enough to keep a hold of it. So obviously the wetter the ink you use, the more embossing powder you will get to cling onto your ink. But for this technique I quite like this Adirondack, because some bits of it have dried. So just keep going till it's melted. I think that's about that. So, get a blow. As you can see, look at that. I think that is so cool. It's turned out fab. So that is just using your embossing folders with ink and black embossing powder, so you can get that. Then I really like this technique, same embossing folder, we'll just go for the same ink as well. Press it all over, put your card in, And then this time, instead of putting it through the embossing machine, I'm just using my brayer and going over the top. Adding some pressure. And what you'll get is like an outline. Look at that! How cool is that? So it's like an outline of the embossed part. Now, if you wanted to, again, you could pour your embossing powder on that and emboss it in any colour, even clear. You could put that over the top. But I quite like it just like that. And then you could use your alcohol markers and things if you wanted to as well. So I've done that one. Then, let's just show you this one. This was one that I done in black ink. I don't know if you can see it, I don't know if it's sparkling, and I went over it with the holographic. So I thought that turned out pretty cool. Then this one, this is another Sheena embossing folder, and what I'm going to do with this one is use the black soot, the Stress Ink black soot. Just go all over the top half again. Like that. Take your piece of card, place it in, and then run this through your embossing machine, your die cutting machine, you know what I mean. I really like this one, I like this effect. I'm just running it back through because it's a Gemini. You don't have to, but I'm just doing it so that to pull it back towards me. Okay, and then this time, what you should get is like a brushed sort of watercolour effect. Look at that. I think that is so cool. You can see it looks like it's got brush strokes in the back, and look how that brings that out with embossing. And that's so cool. I love that. And obviously you could do that with any colour you want. Let's actually try it. Let's try it with the Adirondack purple, or currant it's called. You could do it with two colours as well. You could do it half and half. Let's try it with this. Pop this one through. My gosh, you see the state at the top of my Gemini. I've got everything covered in ink. Look at my hands. It's been a messy day, messy afternoon. Bring it back. So this one, oh wow, look at that, guys. That is so cool. I love that. And you could do it in a watercolour as well. You could do, you know, different bits of ink. I love that. I think that is really cool. I'm trying to see, I've got all my embossing powders sitting there. A wee second. Right, let's see what this is like. We'll try this one last time. I've got two different colours. I've got peacock feathers and seedless preserve. So let's take off most of this purple. I'll just try and dry that off. There we go. And then still a wee bit wet. There we go. So we'll go for some seedless preserve. Few bits and pieces, and then some No seedless, that was peacock feathers. And then some seedless preserve here, there and everywhere. Like that. And then we'll go for some seedless preserve again, just to put it over. Okay, let's see how this goes. So there's a wee bit of ink on the card already, but it'll no matter. We'll put this on, put this through. See how this turns out. Okay, I've only put this one through once this time, so let's just hit it with the brayer and see how this one comes out. Wow, look at that! Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I love that. That is absolutely fab. Absolutely love that. And there's still plenty of ink left on the embossing folder, so you could actually go again and do it again. So, the last thing I want to show you is I've got this wee Darice embossing folder. It's like the music one. And I'm going to take a piece of card. Now this is, I think it's 4x6, this one. Let's see. That's 4 1/4. We'll go 4x5. So we'll cut a piece of card down to 5x4. And I think this is really cool because it looks like you've made like vintage music paper. I'm looking for the lid for that embossing, I can't find it. Anyway, so let's take this. And let's take our, here it is, vintage photo oxide. And again, you want to go on the raised side. And you can do this with, I done it earlier with some coffee stained paper. And it turned out really nice as well, so, yep. And these are nice for making like wee envelopes or wee flip ups and things in journals or on the front of cards. So we'll just ink that up with the distress ink, the oxide, sorry. Pop that in there. Let's pop this through. Bring it back. And let's see how this has turned out this time. Open it up. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? I just think that is, I love it. I love the technique. It's instantly changed the white card into like a vintage background. So that is what I have been up to this afternoon. Just making a few of these backgrounds from embossing folders, but I think they're fab. I really do. I think these are so cool. That one. That one didn't turn out very good, but that was me practicing. That one I absolutely love. This one. And then that one. So, yeah, let me know what you think, guys. As I say, I was just messing about, but I'm sure that, I mean, there's tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of techniques you could do with embossing folders and inks and powders and things, but I just wanted to show you what I've been up to. So talk to me in the comments, let me know what you think, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.